Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the channel. I hope y'all all can hear me, considering that I'm wearing a mask and it's a little bit hard to probably hear me through the mask. But yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video and reviewing the travesty, like the absolute, yeah. I don't even know what the hell they were doing with the new Joker movie, man. It was like it started out right, it made sense, and then out of nowhere, shit just went downhill. I don't know what production was thinking. I don't know what the writers were thinking. It was a wonderful movie in regards to the choreography, the singing. I'm not personally a fan of musicals, so it took me probably like 20 minutes to actually start to get used to the movie, to be honest. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, the first movie was a masterpiece, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us can agree with that. You know, like the way that the Joker was portrayed as misunderstood, health patient, mentally screwed, as a result of being traumatized as a child due to his mom neglecting him and leaving him to be abused by her ex-boyfriends, according to what the movie said. So, yeah, you know, the Joker was pretty much like a victim in comparison to who he was in the comics, as we know, as being the psychopathic, genocidal maniac that he is. And he stood up in his shit in the comics in comparison to the movies. So it's like, yeah, you know, I think the most accurate we'll ever get in regards to a live action portrayal of the Joker has to be Jack Nicholson. As far as anybody else is concerned, you know, or maybe even the old school Adam West Batman version. That's the closest we'll probably ever get to a comic book accurate version of the Joker. But as far as the most dope so far and the most badass, I'll have to say is Heath Ledger's portrayal in The Dark Knight that we got to see. I think it was 2008 when that movie came out. So that was pretty cool, and I miss Heath Ledger, R.I.P. to the GOAT, you know, because he was definitely one of the greatest Jokers ever portrayed on screen. But we ain't even gonna get into the Jared Leto's version. We're just gonna let him wash away into history and be forgotten like he never even existed. Because that, aside from the fact that they introduced the concept of Harley Quinn being with the Joker in the movie, the classic, you know, role that Harley Quinn played. She started out as the therapist and turned into the crazy psychopathic person that we know now after dealing with the Joker for as long as she did in Arkham Asylum. So it was nice to see that we got that in regards to Margot Robbie's portrayal of Harley Quinn, which we also got to see a spinoff of in regards to her own series and TV shows and stuff like that. So I like Jared Leto's version because of that. But he was nowhere near comic book accurate. He was basically like a Gen Z version, or should I say a millennial version of the Joker. You know, he's classic, like ex-Mafian, ex-Mafia member, psychopathic member of the Arkham Asylum, Jack. Like, he was basically what every patient going through mental illness would be if they ever became a supervillain. That's pretty much what he was. He was portrayed. That's what Joker's portrayal was. So I'm not surprised that Arthur Morgan. I'm not surprised that Arthur Fleck ends up in the Arkham Asylum dealing with his problems by the time the second movie came along. I just don't like the way it went out. You know, like, spoiler alert, Arthur ends up dead. Okay, that alone lets me know that they didn't have any plans in regards to making this movie great at all. You know, like, it was almost like just giving us a nice portrayal of what his life could have been if he had not, you know, if he wasn't neglected his medicine. Because let's not forget, if Arthur was never neglected his medicine, the Joker would never exist. You know, the hospital's not giving Arthur his medicine is what turned him into the Joker, you know. So it's not, it was like, yeah, okay, the ending was kind of like, we knew that was going to be his ending, but why did it have to be that way? You know, like, he didn't die in Harley Quinn's arms. By the way, Lady Gaga, don't know why the fuck y'all chose her to portray Harley Quinn, of all people, y'all could have got Margaret Robbie back to portray the character if it was all that serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't even acting like Harley Quinn. She was just singing the whole fucking time. So it's like, why did she have to be in the movie? I don't know. I guess it was just a cash grab. People saw Lady Gaga in the movie, so hey, let's go see Lady Gaga. But yeah, fuck Lady Gaga on that note. Real rap. Like, we don't need Lady Gaga if all Lady Gaga's gonna do is sing. We needed Harley Quinn if we were gonna get Harley Quinn, And anybody that's an actual fan of the movie would agree that that wasn't Harley Quinn. We know who Harley Quinn is. We read the comics. We looked at the animations. You know what I'm saying? We saw Margaret Robbie's portrayal of the character. So I'm pretty sure we have a familiar idea of who the hell Harley Quinn is. And that was not at all Harley Quinn. Maybe Punchline, you know what I'm saying? Perhaps. Maybe another, female minion of the Joker from the comics. But that wasn't Harley Quinn at all. Not even her accent, It was almost like she was just like his first and last opportunity at having a girlfriend. That was pretty much all he was. When in reality, we know that Harley Quinn is Joker's soulmate. You know what I'm saying? She's not just a one-night stand. So it's like, I don't know what they were going for by doing that, but hey, that's what we got out of it, guys, and we kind of have to deal with what we got. There's nothing we can do. We can't really rewind the clock and hope that it's different than that note. We kind of just gotta accept what we got. But during the production of the movie, people were saying that this is going to be a piece of crap. So I don't know what they were thinking. Like during the production, people were listening to the singing. They were listening to the dancing, looking at the dancing, you know what I'm saying? And even they was like, all right, this ain't going to work. Like we're going to do this, of course, because we're being paid by Warner Brothers and whoever else is, putting money in our pockets. But when it comes down to it, this ain't the movie that we're supposed to be making, guys. And we all know that, like, what the hell were we doing? You see Arthur get abused the entire time by the COs, I believe they were. They tossed his ass down a flight of steps. They, you know what I'm saying? I think they might have raped him in one scene, but we didn't get to see that, but his ass was out. And, they flicked off the scene after we saw them nearly ready to pull their pants down. So I'm guessing that was a rape scene, and it's like Arthur is basically exactly what we think the Joker would be pretty much in real life, like in reality, in the comics, they made him a sadistic, crazy son of a bitch too, who enjoyed pain and suffering and, inflicting pain on others because he's, a sad, sick pup. He's alone in life, in the world, and no one cares about him. And all it took was one bad day for that bad comedian to turn into the criminal underworld's jester that was the Joker. So it's like, I saw that coming, but I figured maybe a huge explosion at the end would help him escape, and Harley would be around the corner waiting, and everything would be fine. No, Harley Quinn not only says fuck the Joker, as a typical feminist would, I guess you could say. But yeah, we thought he was going to run off into the sunset with Harley, like usually after escaping Arkham Asylum. But no, she turns his back on him, and he gets rearrested and then sentenced to death. And then, not only that, he got sentenced to death. You know what I'm saying? He ends up getting killed by some random douchebag. You know what I'm saying? Like, who had no significance in the movie, had no... You know what I'm saying? Like, no real substance in regards to his character arc. He was just some random guy that just so happened to be a part of, the asylum. And he stabbed the shit out of him just out of nowhere, like gutted him. And that was it. The end of Arthur. You know what I'm saying? No sequel, no prequel, no nothing after that. So it's like, a huge letdown from DC. And, maybe we'll get a spin-off series of Harley Quinn doing some more movies, but not Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. I'm talking about Margaret Robbie as Harley Quinn. I would love to see Margaret come back, and hell, even Arthur somehow, if he could come back, Joaquin Phoenix portraying the character, that would be cool. But I mean, yeah, he got stabbed, so here's to whatever they're going to do with the Joker after this. It was almost like the Incredible Hulk, like. It's such a huge letdown because we remember the Hulk way back in 2003. the Hulk of 2003 was a problem, you know. And even when the Lou Ferrigno, even when he was portraying Hulk, he was a problem. And that was back in the day when there was no real CGI or anything going on. So it's like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, we know what we want. Y'all know what we want. Y'all know what we love. Why aren't we getting that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it so hard for us to, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is it so hard for us to put both together is my whole point. Hold on, I need to make a part 2 apparently.